Hey y'all. Okay. Hope you guys are having a good Monday. I hate going live on pages. So this means I love you because I'm going live on here. But I kind of felt like I was supposed to share a few things. Y'all, I get nervous, like a pit in my stomach. It's so weird. Hey, Erin. Oh, good. If anyone's watching, Erin is. But no, I felt like I was supposed to go live, and then I was texting with Cami last night, and I was like, do you want me to share, some stuff? And she's like, yes, do it. And so that's why I'm doing this. So I told Cami I would go live on here today, so got to do it. But I've been thinking, and I've seen a few posts that have just they hit me, and I see some people hopping on. Hey Bess, hey Erin, hey Claire, hey Ashley. Okay, so yes, so those that are hopping on, I do not like going live on pages, especially when it's not my own page, because I don't always feel that I have the comfort to say what I would say to my team. But I'm just gonna speak on from my experience. I'm gonna share with you guys what I have learned, and the things I've had to walk through and overcome. And hopefully it helps you. But guess what? I always like to leave a disclaimer with this. How I work my business, guess what? It's different than how Erin does it. It's different than how Ashley does it, and how anybody else does it. We all work it different. And so anything I'm telling you that's working, or what I do, that doesn't mean it has to be for you. And guess what? That's awesome. And what you do doesn't have to be for me. And I love that, okay? So I've seen some posts, just different people, and they break my heart. And there's been different ambassadors and top leaders that have reached out to me, at different points. How do you keep going? How do you evolve? How do you, stay up there with numbers and whatever? And, at the end of the day, I don't love numbers, but I love being the best I can be. And I love, seeing if I can improve, and if I can do better, and if I can grow my check, and if I can grow my team. And so that's why they're necessary. And so I'm not perfect. I don't have it all together. I'm really actually a hot mess, and I don't always love the more people get to know me, because then they really get to know me, and then they're like, oh my goodness, so it's when you don't see too much, it's okay. But then when you really get to see, you're like, she's a hot mess. She messes up. She loses her cool. It's funny when people tell me, I could never see you mad. I'm like, oh, really? Don't say that to John. He will laugh. I can get mad. John's the one that doesn't get mad very often. But so in my business, I've been with It Works 5.5 years. And I don't say any of this to toot my own horn, but it's to say what I am doing is working for me, okay? So in my first 9 months, I went in the top 75, and then the last 4 years, I've been in the top 10. So in my 5 years, I've been in the top whatever. And so that's not because I'm awesome. But I have found what works for me, and I do want to share it with you. And I have an incredible team, and it's nothing me. It's actually God and my team. But I do think it's important to say that so that you can say, well, how does she know what it is, she's saying? What makes her qualified to share anything? So that's why I feel like I need to say that. And I have a timer set, and I already wasted 4 minutes. Okay. And I even wrote notes because I can talk really long, and I hate long lives because I'm like, no one wants to sit there and listen to you for 30 minutes. And here I've already wasted 4. But number one, I saw some posts of just different people saying, I don't know what to do, and I've seen a lot, and even as an admin on the page, some posts get approved, some posts we reach out to the people, and so when there's people that are I just don't know what to do, my numbers have gone down, the algorithm, I don't know how to make a comeback, and I see all that kind of stuff. Can I tell you what? I've been there. We've all been there. Do you think we haven't hit funks? We have. Do you think there's times I haven't lost myself? I have. Do you think there's times I haven't been overworked and neglected my family? I have. Is there times I haven't put in enough into my business? Absolutely. Are there times I've let my mind games get in the way? Yes. Are there times I've caught myself comparing myself to other people? Yes. Are there times, I've lost my vision and didn't know what I was going for? Yes. Here's the difference. When it happened, only thanks to Jesus, I caught it and I fixed it, so it didn't take me down, or it didn't keep me down, because it did take me down, but I was always aware and I could catch it, okay? So number one, you're gonna have to, well, let me stay in my order. I don't want to take a rabbit trail. Number one, I do believe you can have it all. There was a time I didn't believe you could have it all, but I remember having a talk with Pam and her saying, and me saying, Pam, I can't work any more than I'm working. Like, I'm not willing to give up my life for this business. I'm not willing to give up my kids for this business. I'm not willing. And she said, you don't have to. You just need to get disciplined. You can have it all. And I'm here to tell you, you can have it all. You can. I don't have it perfect, but I've learned I can have it all. I have margins. Oh yes, I have margins. I run my business. My business does not run me. And I know you can't all say that because there were times my business ran me to the bone. It ran me to the point of sick. And I had to change that because I couldn't, there was no longevity in that. I would have burnt out like lots of my other friends, other top 10 friends I had, other ambassadors, other top leaders. And that's not healthy. My priority goes my God, my husband, my kids, my business, okay? And so you've got to set your priorities, and everyone's priorities are different. But you have to have a shut-off time. When you find yourself burning out, are you shutting off? You don't need to stay up till 2 a.m. working your business. If you do, that's on you. I actually love what Mel Robbins says in 5-Second Rule when she talks about every day decide what's your turnoff. There's dates that mine is late. It's late night. I have my team tips from the top on Tuesday. That's not over till 9:30, 10, whatever. There's days I decide I turn off at 5. You can't. I heard someone recently, they're like, yeah, it's okay to watch TV. You can work while watching TV. And I wanted to be like, boo, you can turn off your phone and watch TV if that's your unplugged time. No, you don't have to work through a TV show. You don't have to work while you're at the movie with your kids. What I've learned is when it's family time, I'm all in with my family. When it's kids time, I'm all in with my kids. And when it's business time, yes, I am not scrolling. I'm not seeing what the Kardashians are up to. I'm not seeing what Demi Lovato's doing. I'm working my business. I'm not seeing what Aaron Tweed's doing. I'm working my business. And you can do that. Did you know that? You can have it all. But that is discipline that you've got to get control of. It's not that it works as trying to take anything from you. It's that you don't know when to shut off your business and then be the wife. And you don't know when to shut off your business and then be the mom. I'm not going to not look at my kids all day long because I've done that. I've been there. Where I laid on my pillow and I bawled hysterically because I hadn't looked at my little girls in the eye and not ever going back there. But you know what? I've also wasted a lot of time. I should have been working my business, but was doing other things. And I'll never forget telling Pam, I'm working 12 hours a day. I can't do it. And she said, Sherilynn, if you were working 12 income producing hours a day, honey, you would be Black Diamond. And I'm not. I'm far from. So, number 1, you got to set the margins, okay? And then you won't burn out. Number 2, you can have fun. Pam says it, and I used to be like, oh, Pam, that's so sweet. You can have fun. No, it's true. At the end of the day, nobody is going to do something that's not fun. You're riding your team, being a slave driver. They don't work for you. They don't have to do something that's not fun. I'm not going to keep doing this if I'm not enjoying it. Now, I'm not saying it's all peaches and roses. You think teachers don't want to not show up for work? Do you think doctors ever I don't want to go today? Yes, my husband all the time is like, I'm ready to quit. There are days that you run your business based on what you want, not how you feel. So I'm not saying every day you are just going to want to do this. I don't really want to go live right here. There are things I do not like doing host to post, but I do it. So there's things, but at the end of the day, you have to enjoy it. So if you're not enjoying what you're doing, pause, baby, and let's say, why are you not enjoying it? What is not fun? Are you not enjoying it because you're never turning off? I've been there where it was just I was sick. I wasn't turning off. You can spend a Sunday with your family and not look at your phone once. And if you can't do that, like I said, the problem is you, not the business. Because here's the thing. My husband said this on that marriage Zoom we did with the Mayfields. And if a healthy CEO is a healthy company, a sick CEO is a sick company. If you can't leave your business and spend a day with your family, check your business. It ain't that stable. You should be able to spend some time with your family. And if you can't, honey, you have not built a strong business, okay? And so you should enjoy it. What do you like doing? You like being in networking? Join a mobs group. Join Junior League. Join the PTF or PTA, whatever your school calls it, and get to know people and get out from behind your computer. You hate talking to people? All you want to do is do the internet virtual thing? Girl, do that. Work your phone. Build relationships online. Do it. Ask yourself, what do you like? And do more of that. There's still going to be things you don't like because that's every job. But at the end of the day, you should be having fun because this is why I tell you that. If you're not, It's only a matter of time before you stop, okay? So, oops, and there was my time, and I'm only on point 2. I gotta speed up. Number 3, I literally wrote notes for you guys. You have to set goals. The times I've wandered in my business and I've been stuck, I didn't have a clear goal. Maybe it meant I took my 2.0 double and it fell back to diamond, and then I didn't know what to do because triple seemed so far and I didn't have a goal and I just kind of floundered and wondered. You know, you've got to have those goals. You've got to have those little goals, and then you've got to have like those 10-year goals. I literally, it's in the other room, have my 10-year goals, and I learned it from a Rachel Hollis conference where I write down my 10 goals for the next 10 years every single morning. I have my monthly goals. I have my yearly goals. The times I haven't had goals, I haven't gone forward. Like, literally, like, what is it that you want? Do you want to pay off some debt that you've accumulated? Do you want to build a pool? Do you want to put in a pool? Do you want to send your kids to private school? I think it was Christy Christensen I was talking to. She's like, girl, I just want a big house. Like, I want a big house like you. I'm like, girl, put that down. Some of you, like, that's fine. You want the simplicity. You don't like that. I like the big house where I can entertain and have 30 girls from my team stay the night once a year. I like that. So I'm going to have that. Like, that was a goal I had. Like, that's just, but that doesn't have to be your goal. But what is your goal? Because if you don't have something that you're going for, then like, why are you going to keep showing up? So for you right now, you might need to expand your vision. You might need to say, ooh, let me open my eyes. What do I want? What income do I want? How much do I want? I can't wait till or to my church. Like, I don't want to give like $1 million the whole year. I want to like write $1 million check. Like, if Mark can build like a $30 million, I don't really know how much it was, but that amazing gymnasium for his grandkids' private Christian school, that is like goals. I can't wait to write $1 million check to be able to give back. Because you know how many millions that means I have in the bank? Like, you gotta have those goals. So maybe for you, you don't know what to do. You're feeling stuck because you need to dream. You need to dream again. You need to expand your vision. And there's so many times I've had to do that. Write out those things, your monthly goals, your yearly goals. Shoot, write out some 10-year goals. Why not? You know? Next, you do have to evolve. Or no, before this, you have to put in the work. Some of you, can I say, and I saw it on a post here, and I almost wanted to delete the post, but I can't, but it was some different people being stuck. It's okay to be stuck. I've been stuck. Raise your hand if you've been stuck. You know, if I'm Ashley Mayfield, drop a 1 if you've been stuck. Like, we've all been, the 25 of you on here, there should be 25 ones. Like, we've all been stuck. But what you don't need to do is connect with the other girls that have been stuck. That is like suicide. Do not connect with someone else that's been stuck. What you need to do is connect with someone who's full and has something to give. Like, plug in and get filled up. You know, whatever your self-development stuff. Like, open your Bible, get to church, listen to Stephen Furtick. Like, but don't connect with someone else stuck. Let's not do that, okay? So, sometimes we just need to stop stucking. We need to stop stucking, but we need to, you know how we get out from being stuck? I mean, and people used to be offended when Pam would say it, but you know what? It's true. You just need to get to work. Stop talking about being stuck and start doing something. Inactivity creates fear. Put in the action, put one foot in front of the other. You don't know where to start, you know where to start. You've done it before. Have things changed? Sure. My last point I'm almost to at, and that's talking about evolving. But yes, you've been stuck before. Probably just start working. What are we paid to do? We're paid to sign LCs and we're paid to sign DTs. So is what you're doing signing LCs and DTs, and if not, just start doing. You know how to do it. You went triple diamond. You do know how to do it. If for you it's messaging, start messaging again. Start asking people if they want to try products. You don't message, everyone comes to you, awesome. Like, then start doing, you know, getting your posts up and getting that content out there, expanding your network, adding new people, start talking to your team again, start setting some goals. Stop saying you're stuck. Like, don't even speak that. Don't even give that power, and just start moving. That's what you do, okay? And so you just have to get to work. That is truly what it is. We're in a sales business where we make money and commission off of customers, off of team members, off of people promoting. And so, like, that's what you got to do. But what you need to, while you're working, what you need to not do, here's a little sub-point, is stop comparing yourself to somebody else. It would freak me out if I looked at Marwa's numbers and thought, well, I suck. Like, literally, literally from March until now, the most distributors I have ever enrolled in a month is 9. Like, if I looked at that girl's numbers, I would just be like, I quit. Like, I went ambassador and didn't even know you could enroll more than 10 customers in a month because, like, I just had never even done that until I did have to take off a lid and start, pushing myself more. But, like, those crazy big numbers, I was just like, who are you? Like, that just wasn't me. That would have freaked me out to compare myself. If I compared myself to... Who's that really pretty girl on here that just did a post about how she builds her business off Facebook groups? Like, I'd be like, groups? I hate groups. And who knows, maybe I'll involve and have a group. When someone adds me in a group, I want to punch them in the face. Like, and there's an awesome technique I'm sure she uses, and it's working for her. Awesome, do that. Marwa has a business page, and the Walshes and Barb, they know how to do like Google things where your name comes up like, oh my gosh, like I barely know how to Google. Like Brittany Hayes, everyone comes to her and like I have to message people, but like that's okay. Like Christina Watts goes live all the time. Like I want to throw up every time I go live. But like at the end of the day, I don't need to compare myself to these girls. I just need to do me. And if what I'm doing is working, and if what you're doing is working, honey, stop looking at what everybody else. I will never be a Jade. I will never be Alyssa. I will not that, but I'm not called to be them. I'm called to be me. And so stop looking around at everyone. Are there times I might look? Yeah, but I am quick to get back on my goal and where I'm going. And that is how I've stayed in the top 10. That is how I've done that. Because I'm not worried about them. Because that's not me. Do I maybe take tips from them? Sure. I want to always learn. I want to always grow. But I don't have to worry about what they're doing. But you do have to put in the work. So some of you, stop getting on every training that there is. Stop talking about how things have changed. Stop talking about the good old days. Stop talking about the algorithm. And brings me to my last point. Start evolving. Did you know it's good that stuff is changing? I'm glad it worked for you 5 years ago. But do you still have your iPhone from 5 years ago? iPhones are constantly changing. What are we on right now? Like the iPhone 10X something? Like it's always changing. Imagine if I was still, some of you don't even know about it, but imagine if I was still using the one little Nokia phone that had the interchangeable cute cases, no, that matched your outfit. Okay, just me. I don't know, like, and that was like a good 2002. And I know, Cassie, you were 2 in 2002, but I'm just saying, like, those, like, I don't still have that phone. It's changed. It's evolving. The big fat TVs John and I had in our first house that was like this wide, like it was like a TV with the VHS. Now we got this little skinny thing and I don't even understand how it works where you don't have cords because it goes through the wall. Like, whoa. Like now you don't even have to have, like I still have VHSs and had a hard time when DVDs came out. And now like no one even uses DVDs. Everything's like on this Apple TV and this stream stuff. And it's like, whoa, it's changing. But that's what happens. And we change and we learn and we like grow and we adapt. So yeah, sorry if this is a wake-up call. What you did 5 years ago may not work now, but we can all change. We can all do it. Yeah, it used to be we posted 8 times a day. Now we're using stories. So you might, but you don't have to freak out about it. Here's what I always say. If what you're doing is working, keep doing it. If what you're doing is not working, that's when you change it. And can I tell you the number of times I've had to change what I'm doing? Like, totally. I mean, there were times in my business where when I started out, I asked 10 people a day to join my team. Then there were times people just were coming to me. Then there are times, whoops, no one's coming. Let me start, expanding my network and inviting people that are following me. Okay, I don't really like sending messages to like people, but I guess if they're voting on my polls, I'm gonna send it. I hate it, makes me wanna vomit, but I have to sign people and to reach my numbers. Like, I don't really, post to post, that seems really weird. Oh wait, okay, you guys are all signing 30, 50 customers with it? Well, I guess I need to evolve and start doing it, and holy moly, I can sign 30 customers in a month and 20 in a month. I learned that the last 4 months. Hasn't been very long I learned that. Because I started posting. Okay, I've had to evolve. And you're gonna have to evolve, and it's okay. But you don't need to freak out about it. And then I just wanna end with this, because this is really what Cammie wanted me to share. Guess what? You can be successful if your numbers aren't like somebody else's. I pulled my numbers And I'm so old school. Like, this is how I keep track of who I sign. Like, I literally, y'all, I'm ancient. I am 35, so I am probably one of the older ones. Some of you I know. I could, like, be your mom. Don't tell me. But in March, must have been a good month. It was spring. I signed 9 distributors. In April, I signed 3 distributors. In May, I signed 5 distributors. In June, I signed 7 distributors. In July, I signed 8 distributors. In August, I signed 1. Now that's pathetic, and I've upped it and I fixed it, but I do have to throw out, I did sign like 25 customers because I was like learning the whole host to post thing, which is really cool, so it's not like I'm doing nothing, but I still am not happy with that, so I had to crank things up. This month, I've signed 2 so far. And I'm just saying that not to say this is amazing. These should not be your goals. When I wrote them out, I'm like, this is kind of pathetic. But I don't know, and I could go through other, but hey, there must have been some sort of special in February because I signed like 20. So I don't know what special was going on there, but I signed 20 because I'm consistent and I show up every day and I do great with promos because my seeds are planted all over the world, okay? But that's just me, okay? And so stop worrying about, and if you're like, Sherilynn, those numbers suck, I signed 52 million more than you, keep doing it. Remember what I said? Do what works. I still want to grow. I still want to learn to sign more. I probably don't ever want to really sign like 30 DTs in a month because I almost like mental breakdown moded on John that February. So I don't know if my mind capacity doesn't know how to do that, but all I know is what works for you, do it, okay? And yes, for me, you're like, well, how do you girl, how have you even gotten to the top 10 with those numbers? Well, I always have made my goal to double my steps to success. So I want to, and I know, I've heard Steph say she goes for 10 DTs. That's even better. Do what Steph does. I try to double them. So I try to go for 6. So I sign 9 or 3 or 5 or 7 or 8. Let's not talk about the month of 1. So whatever. And I always aimed for 8 customers. Now I realize you can totally sign 8 customers, y'all. If you just host a post, it's easy. I was like, whoa, so now I'm changing that. My goal is 30 customers this month because now I'm okay, my mind got blown when Stacy Alcala and some of my team was signing all this, and I'm like, well, crap, if they can do it, I gotta step up, but just set some goals and go for it. And like I said, stop worrying about what everyone else does and just be the best you. I remember another time talking to Pam when she was asking me my goal, and I think it was maybe last year. All the number stuff runs together. I think I was number 6 or something, and I don't remember, but it was one of the numbers, and I was like, yeah, I really want to be top 2. I would hate, or number, top 3, or I was telling Pam something like that, and I'm like, but I would hate to take so-and-so's spot, and she's like, what? You're not competing. I'm not competing against Cassie. I'm not competing against Stephanie. I'm not competing against Nayara or Christina or Jade or Courtney. I'm competing against me. And so that's what I want to tell you, and that is so liberating. Don't try to beat out somebody else or be better than somebody else. Back to, I think I already kind of said it earlier in this, but it meant to be my close, is back to what I want you to do in closing with this, because I went way over time, is just be the best you. That's what you got to do. So if you need a recap, I want you to set some margins so you don't burn out. I want you to have some fun, but no, it's still a job you got to show up to, and every day you're not going to want to do it. You need to set goals or you are just going to wander. You need to put in some dang work. My team, one of my best friends, she's a gorgeous African-American girl, and my friend Amber always says that I have a black woman inside of me that comes out. Her name's Shirley. So you all did not even really get Shirley. You got no, not Shirley. That it might scare you guys, but my team sees Shirley a lot, and it's just get to work. Stop complaining. That's what I would say. Be straight up, unfiltered. Stop talking about it's not working and just put in the work, okay? And then you gotta evolve. You gotta evolve. If our company didn't evolve, all we would have was wraps. But now we have wraps, and we have keto coffee, and we have the best of the best because we're evolving. So that's what you got to do, okay? So that's what I would say. I don't know if that helps you. I hope I can give you hope by sharing my pathetic numbers, because, I just try to be the best me, and I just try to do what works for me, and, I just want you to do that, and I want, hopefully I've been in all of these spots where I've gotten off track with these things, and I've had to fix them. I could give you another example. Some of you guys, I think I was at a try it, and Brittany Hayes has read 62 books this year or something. And I was like, what? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I went ambassador and I didn't read one book. But I read my Bible. So I read my Bible. I literally was wait, I know that's pathetic. but I didn't read a book. People would ask me, what's my favorite book? I'm like, girl, I don't know, like the Word of God. Like podcasts, I don't know. I listen to I go to church. I was in like a Bible study, so I do some Bible studies in Beth Moore here, like my Bible study. But then I got to a point where I heard someone say smart people read, and I was like, oh, I want to be smart. Okay, I never felt smart growing up. Some know my story, but I had major learning disabilities. I'm dyslexic. I couldn't read until I was 10, my second time in third grade. We won't even go there. But I was like, okay, I want to be smart. So in January, I put on my dream board, read a book a month. So guess what? From January to now, I had to evolve. And now I read a book a month, and look at, here we go. And now I've read 5-second rule, and high performance habit, and the 10X rule, and girl wash your face, and girl stop apologizing, and the magic of thinking big. And now I've listened, and that's still not impressive. Some of you are like, I read a book a week, but I'm just saying, there's different times you're going to look back and you're going to be like, how do I get better? So in January, I said I would go through a book a month. That's nothing to some of you, but it's just making me better. So start right now. And just start implementing something and start doing it. And just know that, all you're called to do is be you. Be the best you can be. But yeah, you're going to have to change. You're going to have to evolve. So let's not worry about who you were, what things were like. Let's just start now, okay? So I love you guys. I hope that helps. Sorry it was so long. Bye.